Hi, beautiful Gemini. Welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Gemini, this is your general reading. I'm calling it like messages from the universe, messages from source. And I'm starting to record this today on the 7th of April. And it's just for the very near future. And I just haven't put an end date to it because I feel like there really is no end date to it. It's just the day when I'm starting to record, and whenever you find this message, if you feel like you resonate with it, it is your message. Also, I've started to incorporate the number. So the number 7 today it's not particularly the number 7, but it is the frequency of 7. Like every number carries a unique frequency, and I am just a sucker for numbers, so I'm just incorporating that. So today's number 7 is all about, and I keep telling this story, but it's all about like a completion. It's not number 10, which is like we completed this and we move on now. It's more like you've sown something and you're reaping the rewards for it. It's like you're eating your fruits of what you've put down in the ground a while back. So it's like a completion of something that is ready to eat. So it's a really beautiful, it's like you're harvesting something. Can you say that? It's a harvest of something. And we have a beautiful full moon, which is called a super moon, tomorrow on the 8th of April. And it's in Libra, so it's all about relationships, but it's all about justice as well. Justice and getting back what you put out to the world, basically. Some call it karma. I call it law of attraction, always law of attraction. So let's see specifically what's going on for you, Gemini, for the very near future. And maybe you feel a shift that is going on right now. Maybe you've been part of a global shift that has taken place. I feel like it has taken place before. We're calling it a critical mass, and I feel like the critical mass has been reached before, but there's numerous groups around the entire world that is just now coming together to sort of elevate the energy, to uplift the energy and all of that. In my truth, I just have to say, the energy is already there. The energy is put into motion, is put into sort of an energy form even before we get there, and that form is taking place due to something that we don't want. So in any contrasting situation, this form, energy form, is being created. So when we're getting together and it looks like we're raising the planet's vibration, or we're raising the collective's vibration, it actually has already been raised. Can you say that? Risen, rised. But we are then taking ourselves into the same place, if that makes sense. That is my truth anyway. Okay, there you go. So what I did there was I was shuffling, and then I took a break. And I did nothing for a little bit, and I just kept talking. And then when I started shuffle, it came out. So there's something to that message. I'm incorporating everything as a message. And there's something to be said. It really fits perfectly in with the number 7 as a foundation for your reading, because it's all about the waiting zone between, it's almost like I always use this analogy, but it's such a good analogy. You're putting your ingredients together for your cake that you've baked, and you put it in the oven, and there's not, you don't open the oven and put another ingredients in there. You know that it's done, and it's just a matter of time now before it's ready. So you might have you might check on it if it's ready or not, but basically it's going to be baked eventually, and it's done fairly soon, and now it's time for you to sort of take it out. But in the meantime, where you put it in and when you take it out, there is a waiting period, and I feel like this is what you're in right now. You're in this waiting period, and you're just about to, it's almost like you're waiting for a signal, and when you get like the go signal, it's ready to start to shuffle again, and it will all, like, you can take the cake out, it's done, it will all fall into place. These 4 cards fell into place. So there's something to be said about that. It's a beautiful, like we have a 6, 7 on the table, and then 9, and then 12. And I'm going to start with this number 6, which is third eye chakra. Don't ask, the program reverses the image in the card, and it just will do for until I change it. And it says third eye chakra on the bottom, which means that there's huge growth in your psychic abilities right now. And I don't think, whether you call yourself like being very spiritual, if you're calling yourself a spiritual leader, if you call yourself a spiritual teacher, maybe you don't use those particular words, but you might be like, you might be on a very spiritual path, which every person is. In my experience, person is, to my knowledge, because we are spirit first and person second. And there's something about now tapping into this, tapping into the third eye. And I think that you've started to, either somebody wants to put a book in your hands and they want you to read it, or they things are being, channels are being, not channel, but maybe channels as well, but like this reading, channels are being presented to you. There's stuff happening in your dream state, things like that, that is opening up your third eye right now, that allows for you to tap in more to your psychic center, to your intuition, to your call it telepathy in Swedish. I was gonna say discover, but I said rediscover, and I guess you're rediscovering your talents, you're rediscovering your gifts. And there might be things happening in your life right now where either you're sort of pushed in to start to discover this, or you are very aware of it and you really are on that path yourself, wanting to discover more, wanting to learn more, and wanting to open up more. It's a black border, so the universe is really backing you up. It is the number 6, which is talking about the total love of you. So the totality of you is like you and your higher self, you and spirit combined. So for the total self, it's the love for the total self. And in a combination of that, that is like, yes, you can focus on your third eye, you can focus on a lot of things to open up, but the message here is that you can really just focus on being in alignment with yourself, and the rest will take care of it. The rest will follow. Okay? Then we have number 7, which also has a black border. So the universe really is backing you up. I also realized we have a third card on the table with the black border. So the universe really has your back at this point. The universe is like showing you the way very clearly. The universe is always showing you the way very clearly, but there's something about you being in alignment with it now. So you're picking up on the signals. You're understanding the messages that's being brought to you. You understand that the universe is trying to talk to you through various things. And this card is called Triumph, and it's a number 7. So we have a double emphasis here now on the number 7. We have the 7 in the today's date, and then this 7 comes out. So you could see 77, like 77, 777. It could be important for you. For me, overall, when there's repeated numbers like that, especially around 7, it just speaks about how the angels are with you. The universe is with you, but it's very clear here that the universe is with you. So for some of you guys, if you feel like you're in a quite particular situation, I know it's so tough to just trust, but you've been asked to trust right now, to just understand that there's triumph here. It's not only that you're going to survive, you're going to succeed, you're going to thrive, you're going to be triumphant, you're going to raise to a higher level. There's something that is coming from your situation no matter what situation that is, no matter when, like whenever you're listening to this recording, I know for right now with the pandemic going on around the world still, there might be people being a bit down and out and in the need of support in however way that is showing up, like what you need in your life. You will be supported, you're guided, the universe has your back, the angels wants to let you know that you're covered, and to just see this truth, be in this, you have the cake in the oven now, be in this pause or breath, like holding your breath a bit, it almost feels like, and then realizing that once you just, you know, let go and breathe out and start to, I feel like there's going to be an impulse. There's going to be an impulse to start something again, or to understand that right now it's almost time to sort of go inwards and just meditate and just be really with yourself and strengthen yourself, heighten yourself, however that is, you know, doable for you. And then there's going to be some sort of impulse for you to, like, now it's time to act, or now it's time to, and I feel the same thing. I feel like there is sort of a hermit mode. There is sort of a being more introvert and more tending to yourself and caring for yourself. But I'm still doing these videos. I don't feel anything like I shouldn't be doing this right now. I rather feel like this is a contribution, or like I want to bring upliftment to the world. So there's nothing about you can't do anything, or you can't be creative, or you can't work. That's not it. But there's something about, I think you know what this is about, or that just there's an overall feeling in the atmosphere right now is what I feel. It's like we're holding it a bit longer, and you're gonna get a signal or an impulse when it's time to sort of let go again, or get out there again, or something like that. And you're gonna succeed. So whatever worry you have, Source is telling you to just drop it, because there really is no need for it. Truly. And then we move on to this gorgeous card, Fulfillment of Wishes, number 9. And so number 9 speaks about endings. We're ending something. You're ending something in your life and because it's such an opening with this card, you're so moving forward now with knowledge and who you truly are, your authentic version. Truly your authentic version. And I'm not talking about just speaking the truth or just being, I mean to be completely in alignment with your source, to be completely in alignment with your inner being, which then leads to magic. It will make you feel like a sorcerer. Is that what it's called? I just hear the word sorcerer. If that is a word, I love it, because it's source and sorcerer. It's like a magician. It's like sorcerer. I have to look this up after the reading. Sorcerer. It's like, it feels like I can't talk properly. Anyway, so that is like a resource to me. Resource is just, resources is all about we reconnect to source, and once we're in this alignment, there's no lack ever again. And you're this magician like sorcerer that has started to tap into your powers. You're parting the sea here, for crying out loud. And there's a treasure chest with monies, gold coins, that could speak about real money, but it also speaks about energy. How you now have the golden energy. There's something about the highest possible energy that is delivered to you at this moment in time. You're actually finding yourself in a place where you can receive that. And if you struggle with it, if you feel a bit bombarded at times, go meditate, go sleep, go out in nature, go be around people that is really uplifting in nature, something like that. Because if you're a bit heavier and you're being sort of bombarded with this high flying golden energy, you're gonna get a bit exhausted or a bit tired. Okay. Number 9 lately has also been my unconditional number. So it's like, however is looking out on the outside right now, whatever is going on the outside right now has nothing to do with what you feel on the inside. So it's very unconditional. It's very up to you what you want to feel like. It's not up to the bank statement. It's not up to the people around you. It's not up to anything really. So that's a practice in itself. But there's no harm in putting yourself in a situation where you find it the easiest to raise your vibration. Okay. Then we have yet a number. Not a number. We have yet another black border. So the universe's help. You and the universe are buddies right now. And I feel like you're in this gorgeous state where you're able to really harness the energy that's being delivered to you. You're really coming from, it's so portraying, it is the number 12. So we have a new beginning with the number 1, and we have conversations, communication, and relationships with the number 2. And then adding those two up to number 3 is all about creativeness, passion, joy, fun, all of that. It is very bluntly like it's like you're coming out of this darkness, you're coming out of this heavier, denser energy. It doesn't necessarily have to be bad, but it's denser, it's thicker, it's heavier, and it's like you're getting out of it. So it's a process right now that is happening right now. I don't feel like you're done. Some of you guys have just barely started. Some of you guys have really come quite far. Some of you guys probably are leading the pack. Like you've done this before, you practiced for this before, because it's not like you walked around maybe knowing what was coming, but I feel like it's like you're one step ahead of everybody almost at all times, so that when somebody else is sort of facing the same hardship, it's like, been there, done that, so I can lead the way, like I know what to do. And I feel mostly you're leading by example. Gemini, you're typically, I mean, everybody carries such a complex birth chart, like how most people know their sun sign. And it wasn't until recently that I really had looked into the star system and to the sign of everything, like the zodiac signs. So I'm not going to pretend that I knew this even 6 months ago, because I didn't. I also only knew my sun sign, which is Leo. And I mean, I've been, you can, what I'm trying to get across here is that I don't want you to feel like I just decided who you are, because I have no idea who you are. You know who you are, right? And not to get too hooked up on this is what this is saying, this is what that sign is saying, this is what this sign is saying, and then finding out that you're all of this. But if you really were to look into it, you understand that you're not just Leo, or you're not just Gemini, or there's a whole bunch of signs in there when in the moment where you were born. Still, I wouldn't look too much on these specific zodiac signs as the complex version of who you truly are, because you could truly choose who you want to be in any given moment, right? So you can go outside of that box. Sometimes it helps, and sometimes there's a guidance, and sometimes you need to drop it. That's just my truth. But what I'm aiming for here is that to tell you that Gemini overall feels like maybe not an introvert in the way that you're not social or not wanting to be around other people, or but there is some sort of silence to you. There's some sort of quietness. I don't know, you know who you are. So I hope you understand what I'm aiming for here. You could be, I mean, you're Gemini. So Gemini is all about having 10,000 things going at the same time. But it's almost like you're doing it unnoticed. Like there's sort of an unnoticed thing about it. And this is gonna, there's something in your shift right now. There's something you're stepping out of or stepping into or shifting about yourself. And so your everyday type of Gemini is gonna maybe feel a bit uncomfortable, because for some of you guys, I don't think that you like the spotlight or the limelight all that much. And so for some of you, it will be a bit tough to take this new energy about you, because it's going to make you, it's sort of like the higher you get, like the brighter you get, the higher vibration you manage to hold, the more magnetic you become, like the more attractive you become by nature. And if you feel like you're sort of going, not undercover, but if you're not going unnoticed either, but I think you know what I mean. It's not every, I'm not doing a good job at conveying the energy that I'm feeling here. It's going to fall flat, but I'm just going to say, with my very not being able to get the words out, little story here. So what I feel like is that you're doing some sort of major shift, some sort of major transformation within yourself, which allows your vibration to really raise. You're going to step into some sort of new energy, and it's going to make you really magnetic. It's going to make you really charismatic, really attractive. So everything that has some sort of hooking into you, because they're on some sort of level as you are, they're going to be automatically drawn to you. And I think at first you're not going to like it, because it's going to sort of force you to step into the limelight. And it's going to be a while until you sort of figure out it's almost like, I want to say, you're this person and forever you got unnoticed. You got under the radar, and you did so much good, and you're still, adding to the world. And I don't know if I should incorporate this, but there is some sort of, the fire trucks just went by, and there's some sort of alarm there. I don't feel like you should be alarmed about this. And I want to do so I'm living at this place where my little boy he's having the time of his life, because they're actually building the fire trucks right outside our window. And so every so often they're testing those fire trucks. So it's full on lights, full on trying the water hose. It's full on fire truck. Can you imagine being 2 years old and just standing by, being able to watch that? It's like every child's dream, every boy's at least dream. I know I'm going to upset some people now. He is, for every time, he's floored, like he's loving it. So in his mind, like watching the fire truck and watching the sirens, watching all the blue lights go off, and it's awesome. So there's something to say about that, because now the alarm goes by here, but I don't see that as alarming. I see that as the most intriguing, fun situation that you get to see that. So there's something that might look alarming to you around this, because I keep stumble around this. It might seem alarming to you at first, but if you look at it from another vantage point, from another perspective, if you look at it through my little boy's eyes, you would only be fascinated. You would see brilliance in this that he sees. It's not something to be scared of. It's not something that is alarming to you, that you should protect yourself, or there's a fire, or there's an accident or something that needs to, you know, be fixed. I don't feel that whatsoever, but it might look that way. You might portray this thing, this shift. I hope I'm making some sense here, because it's not really a thing that is happening. It's not like that thing happened, and because it happened, now I'm going to react to it in this way, but I'm not supposed to react to it in an alarming way. I'm supposed to look at it as it's fascinating. And it's not really a thing that is happening. It's a shift. And that shift is taking place from within. It's a movement from within. And so it's more like a internal thing that is happening. And once you get I was starting to say, it feels almost like you're a person that is like unknown to people. For the general population, they would not know your name. And then you're in this movie. You're in this movie, or you're in this song contest or whatever, that we have this huge European song contest. And you're in this movie, or you're in this song contest, and overnight you become like a household name, because sort of everybody has seen the movie, or everybody saw the song contest, and so now they know who you are. And all of a sudden, everybody wants your attention. They think you're brilliant. They want to send positive energy towards you. They want to be around you. They want to have a piece of you. And so at first it's a bit startling to you. It's like, okay, I wanted to do this movie, and I wanted to be in this like a role. I wanted to do this character, but I wasn't prepared for all that limelight. I wasn't prepared to all of a sudden be so interesting to people, because it was just a movie, or I was just only presenting this song in the song contest, and all I want to do is sing. All I want to do is, yes, I want to give a piece of myself with my voice, and I wanted to like send this song out to the world, and it's beautiful, and that's my contribution, something like that. But I wasn't prepared for all the cameras and all the fame stuff of it. And I almost feel the same. It's like I have the same vibe here. There's something about you shifting, and so it's like almost an overnight thing for you. It might not be the whole world knows your name, but it's going to be a heck of a lot more people that knows your name, and you're going to not at the very beginning like the attention, because you're not after the limelight. You're just after the positive energy. You just want positive energy. I don't know if I completely butchered that whole message. I don't even know what I've said. Let's do finishing off card. I'm going to go into the extended, and I'm going to look deeper into this and try to be a bit more. So if somebody feels like I still know somewhere in there what she's talking about, the extended probably will resonate with you, and I hope I will do a better job. If you feel like, oh, you lost me, then don't come to the extended. So can we have a finishing off card for this group of Geminis? There you go. Yes, yes. We have the number 18 here. So the number 1 is new beginnings. We're beginning again. We're starting over. We have that here as well. And then we have the number 8, which is gorgeous. We have the Libra full moon on the tomorrow's number 8. So there might be some significance there for you guys. The number 8 is all about infinity. It's all about eternity, the eternal life. It's the figure 8. So it's so above, so below, so in heaven, so on earth. So there's a strong manifestation here. It's the 4th card of the black border. It's this shadow on the bottom. I feel like you're stepping out of your shadow. And I think, Gemini, that you had this before. I really recognize it in your reading. And it's sort of doing a better job at what I tried to do recently, which is just stepping out of this and into the limelight. You're taking center stage right now. There's something about taking this new position for you, however that it is fitting in your life. Oh my God, I'm sweaty. Okay, thank you so much, guys, for watching. I hope it was somewhat clear to some of you guys. and come to the extended if you dare. Otherwise, I have to see you back in a week. Take care. Bye.